YouTube, welcome. You already know who it is. It's your boy MeLlamoCeeGee in the building. We are live on Twitch right now. And if you haven't hit that follow button on Twitch, make sure to do that. Not only for me, but for my two co-hosts over here. We got Mr. MWestBy up here up top. You know what I'm saying? Say hello to the peoples.
Hey, yo, what's up?
You know what I'm saying? And then we got my cousin over here, Mr. Pt.2 Joint Wellington. Okay.
Hey.
So
right, let's go.
all that will be in the description below. You know what I'm saying? But we're doing this live for the first time and technically the last time because the show's over and Halo's done. It's that.
Can we have a moment of silence for it?
Moment of silence. All right, you ready? 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's unfortunately they didn't do enough to keep us around as far as game content and gameplay. We loved it because it was just us having fun as friends playing a video game that we grew up loving. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, to get to the TV show, all right, we've already done episodes 1 through 6, and now we're going to touch on episodes 7 through 9, starting with the absolute worst episode of the entire series, episode 7. You know what, Cuzzo, you can start off. You know what
Actually, I want to know why you didn't like it. I'm curious.
Episode 7. Why I didn't like it? I just no longer cared about this side story. They took too long to get into it, and it wasn't really any satisfaction in the end of their story because especially with the last 2 episodes, which we'll get to, it was just no satisfaction, and it felt pointless at this part of this. I didn't care about it. So to me, it was boring. It was the worst episode of the entire season. I like when they squeezed it in little by little, but then to have an entire episode dedicated to just the side story when everything else that was going on, it was just like, I don't really care about this right now, bro. I'm gonna just be honest.
There's a lot going on.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care. So you could give your thoughts. See, I'm guessing you kind of liked it.
I liked that they were trying to explain, like me and Wes were just talking about how, like, what storyline is this? It's the Silver timeline. It's their own timeline. It's their own lore.
Right.
So I like that they're trying to kind of create their own lore. But you're right. That was really boring. Like, nobody gave a shit about that story, really. Like, nobody cares. Like, let me see Master Chief kill something. let me see somebody kill anything. Like, there was just, like, we were just sitting around kind of like, yeah, that's cool. Are they going to make out? Yeah. All right, cool. What's next, you know? But I understand why you didn't like it. I like the fact they want to build some sort of story. But then, like, on the last 2 episodes, they're kind of like, okay, so what was the point of that?
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying. It was just like it made me hate it more after watching the last 2 episodes. Because I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. Okay.
I'm like, really? What was the why?
Wes, what do you feel?
Oh, he just took a sip of the coffee. He's ready.
Before we start off, for the listeners, Chris, since it's more fresh in your mind, do you mind giving a recap of kind of what episode 7 was about?
So basically, episode 7 followed the side character. Oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? That's how forgetful this person is. I'm gonna just
McKee.
No, McKee's not the side one. It was following.
Main.
It was following.
That's Master Chief Bay.
No. Quan. It was following Quan and Evil Dave Chappelle.
No, didn't you call him Ghetto Dave Chappelle last?
No, that's evil. It's evil. It's always Evil Dave Chappelle. If you're part of that, he's literally Evil Dave Chappelle. Yeah, it followed Quan's story after like the whole thing with the shopping where she broke free from the motorcycle and yada yada yada. She's in the desert. She meets the people that her dad met, and it changed his mind, and she's not ready. And it was just like, okay, I get the story. I get what they're trying to do. I just feel like the execution wasn't there for me. With how the rest of the story was going. Like at this point of the series, like episode 7 to do this, after everything that's going on with Master Chief and McKee in episode 6, it was like, I don't care about Quan's situation. You should have handled this in episode like 3 or 4, and then maybe it would have made more sense. I just think the episode was misplaced in the series because they put it at 7. It was like, whatever, you know. That's the only thing. Halo has a TV show. Yeah, they have a TV show. It's on Paramount Plus. We've been reviewing it. The first 2 episodes of our review are on YouTube's. MeLlamoCeeGee. You know what I'm saying? It's a good show. Like I said, this is the worst episode. It's not that it's unwatchable, but it's you know what I'm saying?
So I will say one thing. As far as that episode, I loved the little trip that she had though. Like she went on a little
Yes,
trip,
yeah.
right?
Where it kept like repeating.
The fact that she had to keep fighting Master Chief and like
Right.
dying and then fighting him again
Yep.
and dying, like that was I thought that was fire.
That was
I thought
probably the best
was
part
really
of the
good.
episode.
Yeah, to be honest, because then it's like because Master Chief wasn't Master. It was like a cold-blooded killer
Right.
version.
It's what they envisioned him being originally, before she knew him as Master Chief when he took off the helmet and all that stuff. This is what everybody and her people, all the humans, view Master Chief as a demon, the devil, the monster, all that. So it made sense. It was cool. I liked it. That part at least.
I didn't enjoy episode 7 at all. I agree with MeLlamoCeeGee. I guess they were trying to explain the rebels and why the super soldiers were kind of created. Were they to deal with the rebels, or was it to deal with this new alien threat? And then you have evil Dave Chappelle with the fudge arm that's not even movie quality, and him getting knocked out, and he's supposed to be a super soldier because he took the chip out his back. Now he's weak and he's getting put down by dumb stuff. I
Bro.
mean, all the other Spartans can't get knocked out with just a blow to the back of the head, but he fell out. So I mean, while I appreciate, maybe it's going to play a bigger role later on, I just
Right.
think it was just kind of like filler episodes, and I didn't really gain
Yes.
anything from it. So it was my least favorite episode. I, if not for this show, I probably would have just like second screened or turned it off altogether. I only
100%.
watched it specifically,
Because we have
so
to
I could have 100%. The whole time through the Master Chief TV series, I've just been like, I want more action. I know it can't be all action and they have to tell some stories, but I feel like the action has always been like, this is what we've always wanted to see. And with you telling this weird story of this character and her trying to get back to her home and she's some type of rebel princess, I give 2 shits. Get the fuck off my screen.
Right.
Die already somewhere and let's get on to the good stuff. That's
Right.
That's where I land with episode 7.
So enough of episode 7. I think we're all done with that one. Episode 8 though. You know what I'm saying? Episode 8. I'll give a little synopsis. All right. If you guys have not watched it, I don't want to spoil it. I think you guys should watch it. You know what I'm saying?
I was just hype after you said synopsis. I just wanted to bust some guns.
Synopsis.
Let's go.
Episode 8 was probably one of my favorites because it had story and action. It had a lot of story. It really connected Master Chief and McKee together, not only mentally but physically. You know what I'm saying? My man was beating the Doonies down in that episode. He lost his Virginity card.
Oh, let's go.
In that episode, you know what I'm saying? And just the way the story unfolded, where it kind of it kind of revealed how much of a evil biatch, all right, Dr. what's her name? Dr. Halsey is with her little rat bastard friend. So
yo, I can't wait to talk about this.
So all right, Wes, we're gonna let you go first. All right. What are your thoughts on this episode? Good, bad, ugly. You know what I'm saying? Anto, we're gonna get to you. You know what I'm saying? Anto official. The thing that I didn't get was how Master Chief has Cortana already installed of Noble 6, giving it to the doctor, and she was on the run and he'll reach. That's the thing. We don't know when we were trying to look up the time that this was placed in. We don't even know if it's directly connected to the games. It might just be their own TV timeline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were just taking iterations of what we know from the games and piecing it together, making it their own, which we like. We get it. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Mr. West.
Can we let Jovi go first? I want to come in strong for episode 9.
Okay, my fault. Go ahead.
I want to save my heat there.
Ooh, okay. All right. Cuzzo, do you think?
I have a question.
Do it.
For this episode. The plane that goes down, is that in this episode?
The plane that goes down. Yes. You know, that's in this episode, right? That they're having like the fight scene with the.
Okay. Well, then I'm jumping straight into my favorite part of this episode. If anybody has been watching, and like we should have said spoiler alert a long time ago, but if anybody has been watching, bro, there's this rat lab character, okay, that's been following Dr. Halsey around since
Mhm.
episode 1. And you're like, fuck, I hate this guy, bro. Like you really, really hate this character.
Wait, before you continue, yo, Jumo, thank you for the subscription, my friend. I turned the notifications off because we're doing a Puti review, so it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you, love you, brother. Thank you.
All
right, keep going in. Keep going in.
Well, I just want to talk about my favorite scene in this whole episode, which is, and a lot of shit happens in this episode.
Yeah.
But this part, this rat lab guy, right? He's still in the ship. I'm gonna paint you a scenario.
I know exactly what part you're talking.
They're in the air in an airplane. The lab rat.
No, I thought episode 9 was when they went to the planet to fight. Or was that it?
Yeah.
I thought
They
that
kind of
happened
just
a
tied
portion
into together, right?
Okay.
That
I'm
way,
not
yeah,
sure.
Kai, and that happened in episode 8. The part where Kai, no, wait, you might be right. I think that might be 9.
So confused, bro.
It's because they tied them. Though the last 2 episodes were literally part 1 and part 2. Like they literally just joined them together too perfectly. Oh crap! I'm
Well,
trying to
then
remember.
let's go with Master Chief losing his virginity. Okay, I didn't know that was gonna happen. But what I thought was funny was right before he walked into the room, he told the guy to fuck off. He's kind of like, "Hey, you gotta go."
He's like, "Yo,
and he's like,
my
"No,
peepee's halfway out already, brother."
That's what I'm saying. He knew it was going down. He's like, "Listen, you gotta go, bro." And he sent them off, and then he did his thing, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, they do have a connection. I think he brought her that book, right?
The
He
book,
brought her that book,
and I
and
think
then he,
on her side too, I liked how they humanized her a little bit, because when they
Yeah.
introduced her, she was really just like an alien robot kind of thing, where
Yeah.
the tentacles were coming out the fingers. So when after they smashed and she did the whole,
yeah, she pulled her. That's her like finger sword out, right?
right. When she
Yeah.
pulled the finger sword out, it kind of humanized her for me, where I was like, oh, okay, she does have feelings. She's not just this super cold, evil biatch that slices people up with her fingers, whatever that she has,
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I know what we're mixing up the episodes, right? Because in this episode, this is when the Spartans were fighting each other, where Dr. Halsey got in their ears, right? Dr. Halsey got in the ears and she was like, yo, it's this protocol. You only listen to me, yada yada yada. And then the Kai, the one that already took the chip out her back, she was like, nah, but it's Master Chief. You're bugging. I'm not doing that, stupid. And then they rocked her world. They pieced her shit up, knocked her out, tied her up, all that stuff. And then it was Master Chief out of suit versus the other 2 Spartans. Oh my God. When the Spartans fight each other though, I love it because it felt like it reminded me of Captain America Winter Soldier, where the super soldiers are fighting each other, and it's just like every blow feels like it should kill them, but they're just, y'all eat that.
My wife made a good point last night when Master Chief walked into that scene, when he walked into the garage and you hear his boots stepping in.
Yes.
She's like, why does it sound so loud when he steps? And like me thinking like movie wise, like they made every hit, every sound, every step that the Spartans make in that scene sound heavy as hell, bro. Like you could tell as soon as he walks in, you hear his boots. Doom, doom, doom.
Also,
like, that's him out of suit.
That was when Cortana betrayed the doctor. Cortana realized the AI became, herself. Like she was like, yo, I'm not listening. This woman's freaking crazy. Yo, they're in there. They're waiting for you. And he was like, yo, shut up, stupid. And she was like, no, I'm trying to help you. Listen.
Yeah.
I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I wasn't a fan of Cortana before then, to be honest.
Right.
And then once that scene happened, I was like, yo, Cortana is the shit, man. I was like, I'm a huge fan of Cortana now.
Well, I'm kind of having mixed reactions to the doctor, right? I think the doctor is pushing technology and all the super soldiers and everything forward, but I think she has a higher understanding. She's looking at it from 1,000-foot view.
Right.
And while I think she's a biatch for taking the kids from their family, planting fake kids there, and then having those kids die of natural causes, I think she understands this war and what's happening and what's upon us and how important this new weapon is. And so I feel like while I'm watching her be this ruthless, evil person, I kind of understand that she just really wants to save humanity and evolve us.
Right.
And I hate feeling that way because I hated her with a passion. So I'm beginning to understand her character a little bit more. But she just has a sneaky ass face,
That's
like
the
a little
thing.
rat
I
face.
get I get what she's doing. And
Right.
I like the storytelling helps explain it properly, where you're
Hmm.
like, okay, I understand. It's just the way you're going about it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
terrible. Like, make them understand the way you're telling your rat bastard friend, right? You're explaining everything to him that he literally sniffs your farts at night, right? The way you're telling him the story, tell everybody else that way, so they would
Hmm.
understand, and maybe you would get more people on your side. But no, she wants to do everything on the sneak tip. She wants to go behind different protocols. She wants to hack certain things so she can have access. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Hmm.
nobody's gonna rock with you if you doing that. Stupid dummy.
Well, I think that's the
So
only way to kind of push things. And I don't think they're even allowed to have clones like that. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
still illegal in whatever time frame they're in. And
So my
there
question
was,
is like this I'm sorry to cut you off, West.
Mhm.
Everything that episode 1, I guess, put together to this moment with her growing that clone in that room, was it that was leading up to that moment? You know what I'm saying? When the rat before they left, he convinced her by saying, "Oh, we have this special
We
package
have it
on
right.
board. We can go."
S-
So
so I don't know if that was her plan way back then, or if it's something that they were like, okay, we're on our last leg, we're desperate, we fucked some shit up, we've got discovered, we're in trouble. How do we get out of this? And so
yeah.
I think that's where like use the backup fucking clone, have that bitch die, and do. I guess it's not making sense to people listening, but Dr. Halsey uh, was so good at creating clones that she ended up creating one of herself to be replaced. And I think that was her last ditch effort because she had gotten into so much trouble with
Yep.
the UNFNC or the military, with the Spartans, with everyone that knew her as a doctor, and all her everything that she did good now looks horrible. Now she
Right.
looks like a real messed up person. And so that was her get out of jail card, this clone that she had created.
Right.
Um, I didn't enjoy the episode. I liked the episode, but I felt like it was messed up because Master Chief got his butt kicked. So my hero, my champion, got his ass handed to him because he wasn't in a spacesuit. Like I felt like he was gonna roll somewhere and then get the suit
Right,
on and
right,
then be able to fight back. The
right.
big black Spartan, he
He was
was
busting eyes.
thumping yeah, and it's like, I thought no Spartan was on Master Chief's level, like, they made Master Chief he was top tier, he was stronger. Even though they were in a suit, I thought maybe they were gonna be like, "Alright, we're gonna show how capable Master Chief is, even
Right.
not in this special suit, he could still fight back," and he did for a little bit, but, like, his nose looked broken, he
He was
got
getting
beaten up,
smoked.
and I was like, "No, Chief, get
And I was so
up!"
happy when Kai pulled up. I was like, she has to be
Yeah,
coming. She has to. There's no way she's not coming to help. And then she started
yeah,
busting ass with him. They almost killed my
yeah.
man's. And then it ends off with McKee speaking whatever language the aliens are speaking. I forgot what they called it in the show. But
She
Swahili.
was speaking that.
she said "Ikaman the Hayasama" and just touched the thing, right?
Wow.
Right? And
Okay.
she touched the thing and everything exploded because they turned on her. They found out the captain's daughter found out that it was her on the recording that killed everybody on that thing. She was the one speaking and smoking everybody. It was a scene in the early episode where she used her tentacle fingers to kill everybody in that spaceship, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Chris Beck, welcome. So they found out it was her. They turned on her and she was like, "No, I'm changed. I'm here to help." Blah blah blah. And then they were like, "Nah, lock her up." And she was like, "Yo, regret this." Pfft. Explosion. Everybody freaking got bodied, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they end off episode 8, which was a great ending because it leads right into episode 9, right? Where now the Spartans are questioning everything. They're like, "Yo, what's happening?" And then the captain comes out and he's like, "Fam, we kidnapped you guys. We're horrible human beings. I know you can't forgive me, but do not kill Master Chief. He's not the one responsible. He's not the bad guy here. We need you guys," kind of thing, right? So Wes, I want you said you were gonna come in with a bang. So talk your shit, bro.
I lied about the bang.
Oh.
I just want to go lie. No, it was absolutely my favorite episode of them all. It ended on a high note and it left me wanting more. And I'm not satisfied until I get a movie from it. I enjoyed every part of it. So right, like when you said the captain comes in and he wants to have a heart and confess, I'd have killed his ass right there. Um, the Spartans get together and decide, hey, we're gonna go after the key for this super weapon. And what did it call it? Team? Do you remember what the team name was?
No, I
They
forgot.
came up with. They called
Silver
themselves some
team,
type of team, maybe
silver team,
Silver
I think.
Team. A chill went down my spine. I was like, this is.
Ooh,
I was like, some shit's gonna go down.
yeah,
So
it was Silver
I
Team.
don't
You're
know.
right.
The captain of the ship, that Indian old lady, was like, "I need you not to be John. I need you to be Master Chief."
Ooh,
And
that was a bar. Yeah.
I told MeLlaMo that I just lost it. I nutted right there. I exploded, and it hit me. And they load up on the ship. They fly through this wormhole or through this black space, and they land
Yeah.
on this planet. They just jump out the plane like this, like you, like
Yo,
Soldier Boy or
it's
something.
great.
Wait,
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
that
you're
moment,
forgetting.
didn't you think BR? Didn't you think that would be great for a battle royale?
Right.
Battle Royale, hell
Right.
yeah.
We're
Right?
also
Yep.
forgetting to mention the part that my cousin was talking about where Kai goes into the ship and smokes Ratty
Oh my
yeah.
Boy's
God.
boots.
Weren't you guys satisfied with the
Oh
way he
my
died?
god,
Bro, she just
bodied.
smashed him into a fucking lamp.
Yo,
And
it was
broke
like
his
a
neck.
it was like an
It broke his
uppercut
neck.
grab. It was like an uppercut grab
Yeah.
because she came, she went down,
Yep.
came up, but grabbed him, like yoked him, and just dead. Instantly died. And I was like, yes, you little
It was
rat
Maybe he has
bastard.
a clone
satisfying.
too.
He
Maybe
might.
there's a clone of
He
him.
might, because the doctor got away. I mean, it was so frustrating because you hate the doctor, but you understand her motives behind things.
Yeah.
And then that's when they went to do the the whole mission that West is talking about. Which that scene of when they get there, oh god. So go ahead. Keep going, West. My fault.
Wait, we missed one scene. What's the Spartan name with the red streak in her hair?
Kai.
Who killed? So Kai. So Kai was going down in the ship.
Oh yeah,
They were like,
yeah.
The hull is broken or something, and the ship is going down, and you watch the ship explode. And I'm like, nah, she didn't die.
Oh.
I didn't think she was cute for Master Chief,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't want that hoe to die. Boom. Little hand comes up, glove, and she's just like,
Yep.
I was like, yeah.
So,
She gave the
I
look
was
to the
happy
rest of the
to see that.
Spartans. It was that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
go baby, let's go.
That was like a
Yeah.
game cover.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So once they dropped down on that planet, I was totally impressed. I loved every minute of that. That felt like scenes from the game.
Yeah.
They dropped down. I don't want to spoiler or I don't want to take everything away, so Jovi can talk about some of the high points that he saw. But everything in that fight scene, all the way until the end, and then I want to touch on just this one point of where Cortana took over Master Chief and he became the chief that we see in the video games. And so today, my question for Jovi was like, where does this take place in the Halo timeline?
Yeah.
And he was like, it's their own thing. And I was like, okay, because Master Chief before he was still human. He had emotions. He did things. He was still smoking fools, and he was still really good on the battlefield. But once Cortana integrated with him towards the end, he became the chief that I see in the video games, and he was totally robotic. He didn't talk. He didn't take a. Everyone took off their helmet on their flight back home, and he was just sitting there like helmet still on. Like I don't need to take this off. He is the Master Chief that we know now. And so my concern is like, or what I was thinking is, did Cortana merge with him, and that's what they're trying to explain to us, and that's why he's that way in the video game, or
Yeah. So let me see.
I'm confused.
So here's my point. When we first started watching, we're like, why the fuck did they take off his helmet already? Right? That was our first thing.
Right.
We're like, yo, why are they showing him? Now we know that it was all part of the plan all along. They wanted to humanize him, right? They wanted to show his face. All the way up to the last episode where now he keeps his helmet on at all times. So now, as long as he has his helmet on in season 2, we know that that's not John. That is fucking Cortana merged with Master Chief. And we're gonna get the badass version of Master Chief that can control a pelican while fighting fucking like a whole, what was it, like 200-300 things coming at him at the same time, right? So now we know for season 2, as long as he has that helmet on, we're not looking at John anymore. It's only Master Chief from here on out. So you're gonna be seeing way more action, I think, in season 2. And now we know why they took his helmet off right away, because they wanted to build to this moment where they're like, this is what you wanted, here you go. Here's the Master Chief you want.
That's a great point.
Wait till season 2.
Right, that's a great point. Because they ended it where it's like, yo, they still got mad story to tell. Where are they gonna go with it? Right? That's how they ended it. But just the for me, the scenes of when the horde of is coming after them, where it's switching from each Spartan's view. They got the sniper, they got oh my god, it was beautifully executed. To even when the brute comes and it's the one that he fought earlier. Yeah. And now he wants revenge, and everybody's getting smoked. Everybody was getting bodied. I was like, yo, what's going on? By far the best episode of all the episodes.
Bro,
I was losing my mind. I'm like, yo, what is happening? What's going on?
And I like the first person views. I feel like they maybe still need a little work.
Right.
I don't feel that nostalgia from it, but I love the fact that they're trying it.
Right. Like a lot of them were real quick.
Fighting scenes.
Right. A lot of them were quick. It was just like, oh, switch there. Boom, now it's third person, switch it.
Killing. Yeah. I love that. I feel like they still need a little work with it.
But I
build that nostalgia, but it feels good though.
The idea of doing that in a TV show is crazy, because it's like, now you're really, it looks like the video game at that point, you know? So it's like, all right, you got to execute it well. I think they did a really good job with the fights on this one, on this episode specifically. I think last episode's fights were good, but you don't like seeing the Spartans fight each other. So to see them finally all team up again, because they gave us the little taste of it on the first episode when they all dropped together and were just smoking everybody's boots, and it's like, yo, this is the first time we're seeing them together again, and now they're not all mind controlled, right? So when they're fighting, it looked great, but then when that scene where he's telling Cortana, where he's like, I trust you, and the whole show he's like, I don't trust nobody, you guys are all herbs. He almost killed the doctor. He didn't trust anybody else, right? So he's like, yo, screw this. His girlfriend betrayed him instantly after smashing. I know how that feels, Master Chief. You feel me? I understand. Right? So
and then McKee gets fucking smoked. In a vision,
by his true girlfriend. I know Wes doesn't like her. Now, but I liked how they made sure that we knew that she knew that that's not John anymore, right? So like after Cortana takes over, and then he goes to go grab the artifact, and nothing happens. She's like, John, don't. And he's just like, I'm out. I'm out. And she's looking. She's like, wait, what? Like she realized it wasn't him. The other Spartans are still like, you could tell they're still very like military heavy. They didn't take out the chip, so they're just kind of like, whatever they tell me to do, I'm gonna do, kind of thing. But she's the only one right now, as far as we know, at the end of the season, that is still like a free thinker as a Spartan. Like she still has the power of a Spartan, but she's thinking for herself, kind of thing. So I can't wait to see what they do with the show if they continue it. I don't know if it got pushed for season 2. I don't know if they got it. Did
it has to?
I hope so. If it doesn't, whatever.
I'm excited for a cold-blooded, non-speaking Master Chief. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Right. So
I don't care about the love story. Just
right. She's dead. Screw her. Yeah. So
there was one other little part where I want to touch on, where John started to become comfortable with Cortana.
Yes.
Where they were kind of joking around, like they were speaking, and he was like, well, why didn't you do this, or why didn't you take over my body? Well, I believe the thing that the doctor wants to eliminate is your humanity, and I think that's what makes you special, what makes you you.
Yeah.
And then after that, she throws little shots at him. She was like, well, I'll take it over only if, when you're healed up or you're repaired or in good condition, because this version of you's kind of jacked up. And he laughed. And at that point, I felt like, those two finally connected. And I was like,
do you think
it's going down?
Do you think her mind changed after she saw his peen? No.
Wait, hold on. Why did they make it a point that she was watching them have sex? Was that part of the whole convincing of Cortana?
I don't know.
She was watching them.
She had to.
They literally put her like, she was just like this. So that's how that works. Like she didn't know.
Beep.
I'm pretty sure she's an all-knowing AI,
That's
right?
what I'm
She's
saying.
tapped into everything.
So like, why does she like?
They have a
made it
connection.
point.
Like he has no connection with any other. Well, duh. He's never done that before, right?
Yeah, he's excited. Little Master Chief is doing.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. It's time to give the grades. The Puti Fritos out of Puti Fritos. Okay, we're gonna go first for
Overall?
the last 3 episodes,
Okay.
right? Your score for that, and then overall series scores. Okay. So,
All right.
Jovi, go first, my
Are
friend.
you gonna start with me, man? All right. The last 3 episodes overall, only because of episode 8 and 9 carried episode 7 heavy. So overall, last 3 episodes, what are we doing? Out of 10?
Yeah.
Out of 10, I'm definitely giving it like an 8 out of 10, only because of those last 2 episodes, right? Now, the show overall, I'm actually gonna go kind of low with it,
Mhm.
only because they showed me potential only towards the end.
Okay.
Like I was enjoying it to an extent, but they showed me the show that I really want to watch only towards the
The
last
end. Yeah.
2 episodes.
Mhm.
So overall, I'm giving Halo out of 10 Puti Fritos. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Overall.
Ooh.
5 out
Damn,
of
look
10
at what
overall.
look at what.
I'm disappointed that I like the storytelling, I like the building of it, but overall, it was kind of slow at moments, and there was a lot of moments where I fell asleep, where I was just like, I don't give a fuck right now, and I wish it kept that same energy throughout the show. So sorry if I disappointed.
Damn.
I know I was giving it a high review throughout the whole reviews overall, but
I thought
at
it was
the
at
end,
least
it
gonna get a
showed
6.
me- Nah, at the end it showed me what it can be, and that's what I want.
So that ruined the
I'm
rest of
giving it a
the show
low-
for you.
Yeah, it
Got
ruined
it.
the rest for me. So I'm bringing it low with hopes that the season 2 will I'll give it a little bit more of a generous review, but overall 5 out of 10.
West, I see your reaction. Yo, Dark
I'm gonna
Angel,
make
good morning. Good afternoon.
How do you
I'm
how
gonna
do
make
you
this short
feel,
and
like-
sweet. Short and sweet. Okay. I'm gonna give the last 3 episodes a 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the show a 8.
Oh! Oh! Listen, here's the crazy part. You ready for this? I got you. You ready for this? Look.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire series, okay?
Can you go sit down?
I've been consistent with what I've been rating it, and those last 2 episodes were phenomenal. Outside of episode 7, which was a waste, I'm giving the last 3 episodes an 8 out of 10 as well.
Okay.
Let's go.
Overall series, I will be giving it 8 out of 10 as well.
Why?
Because I enjoyed it.
Why?
First season, this was a great pilot season. They
Great.
can't give you everything you want. I understand your frustration, cousin. But it is an 8 out of 10 for a pilot. It's one of my favorite first seasons of a TV series that I've watched in a while. Okay.
2 pumps.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. So with that being said, we are done with the Puti review. We will be transitioning to the last Platty Person Sunday vibes and playing some Halo Infinite, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yo, Chris,
make
thank
sure
you
to
for having us for this.
yeah. Goodbye to my co-host. They're gonna stay and play, obviously, but make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes, baby. Hey, yeah.